Close to the edge, looking down at Black Sea, a mad moon hangs in the dark above. Spectral light catches the waves as they rush forward, the sound of their power as each crest crashes on the rocks below. Loud and terrible in a sublime night, visions float up from the foam, the sky shudders, the star shoots through heaven blazing a tail as the wind blows her hair around her face. Away from it all, but she's still there with her, no getting out of that. You can't escape yourself however far you run and hide. Aberration of the intellect. What does it mean? She looks out again at the undefinable darkness, and the sea is horribly calm. She strides into the murk of a mist, walks back through the rugged scrub, phosphorus halide, fires a stark beam across the way, and the shadow bears down at supernatural speed. A monster hunts on a lonely night. Heartbeat loud in her ears, fear like a stone in the chest, fire through the veins like poison blood rushing up. Turns to see nothing and no one near in the empty wasteland. Her own shadow following fast, the trick of light in the dark. Through a clearing the sea glitters, a Luna looks down unblinking eye. A tower rises into the night, lit by the full moon. Battlements throw a stretched shadow onto the cloud behind, a giant hand in the sky. As she looks on, the shadow changes, the black head of a horned god. The bed and breakfast is cheap and comfortable. Simple room, old style decor, pink sheets. Strange feeling of the room being haunted by a sad atmosphere. Lonely ghost cries at the window. Old nightmares linger in the pillars, hang eerie in the stale air. Appear as meaningless, terrifying visions, scenes of horror glimpsed at random moments. She wonders if any other guests had noticed. Looks out the window across the way to an invisible sea in the darkness of distance. Wakes sweating in the early hours, startled, sits bolt upright, gripped by an inexplicable unease. The light of the moon through a gap in the curtains, a beam across her eyes. Gets up and goes to the window. Out through the opening a large man stands in the shadows, looks up at her, pulls the curtain shut and then peeks out at the path below. No one near. Empty street, looks up and down the deserted road. Black trees stand against the wind. In the morning, a silver sky, slow start, no rush. Walks along the promenade, a strange cafe to sit in, to read her book. Old mystic bird, oriental Sufi music. Dark green dream atmosphere, three waitresses, witches all in back. Weird sisters, a good breakfast too. The photographer had gone away again on some kind of caper. She came to the edge of the land for a few days, wandering about, lost, wondering where it was all going, what for, where, who with. Happy couples walked by, ice cream in a cone, a gull above the metallic sea, watching the movement below the surface. The waves roll in as she looks out. No horizon. The sea blurs into sky, billowing swells become clouds, a dim sun diffused. As the crests crash at her feet, she decides to run away from the photographer. Can't protect her anyway, the predator closing in, circling, sniffing the air, watching. The photographer can be the decoy bait while she makes her getaway. Her escape. Water comes in around her feet and she sinks into the wet sand. Doesn't move her soaking shoes. Stares out to the dark depths. The sea goes on forever, rolling in, flows and swallows everything. Aware now of her cold feet, looks around, everyone else has gone. Deserted beach in either direction, the sea way back behind her. Knee deep in the grey water, turns her head up to the endless sky. A vague understanding she was beaten near to death once and is lying in a hospital bed somewhere in a coma, dreaming.